This slide summarizes the information that I get from students every year after they're successfully matched. And I ask them to answer a three-question survey that says, I was matched with the program I ranked blank. And then they can put first, second, third, fourth, up to whatever number. And you can see that the largest number of students who are matched match with the program that they ranked first. Another significant number, 21% of the 110 total, match with the program they ranked second. But then as you go down the list, students are matched in programs that they rank third, fourth, fifth, and even as low as sixth. And every one of those students are very, very happy that they got into a program even though it was their sixth choice. The lower choices have to do with being accepted into a program that didn't participate in DICAS or were in the pre-select or were matched in a program in the second round. So those are smaller numbers of students, but those top six give me enough evidence that I think it's worth students applying to 6 programs, because it seems to be mathematically possible to match into a program that you rank as low as 6th, as long as you would be equally enthusiastic and willing to attend that program. You also, of course, have to think about the cost of the application, and there are costs both in DICAS, and then each program has application fees that you have to pay. And then again, your toughest competition are not only your Cal Poly classmates, but those second career master's DPD graduate students that are a little bit older and have a little bit different set of life experiences, many times professional level experience, and they have a very significant focus and a level of maturity that they bring to the table. And so unless you're applying to a master's combined program, you have that group of students representing significant numbers in the competition. Seniors who match, and that's why I say successful seniors, do have a very strong GPA. Of the students who match right out of college, the average GPA tends to be much higher. I did not do the math this year, but in recent years, the average of seniors who matched without spending time after college working was usually around a 3.5. And the average among students who had been working for a year or two and then matched into a program, that group had a GPA that was closer to a 3.1 or a 3.2 on average. So the seniors who match generally have a very strong GPA, have strong written and verbal communication skills that they communicate in their letter and in their interviews. They tend to have paid long-term work experience. So they took a job and they stayed with it, usually at least a year for pay, sometimes the whole time while they were here at Cal Poly. They're also able to demonstrate what we call those transferable skills: creativity, problem solving, professionalism, reliability, all of the things that any employer is happy to have. And you also have a supervisor that's willing to write a strong recommendation. And so that's someone who knows you and who really understands how important this process is. And then the last bullet that got cut from this slide says that those seniors also have a variety of food, nutrition, and community-related volunteer experiences. So not just one thing, but they've done a few different things. As you begin to narrow your choices, it's very important to be strategic as you do that. And this is an illustration of the strategic plan that I'm going to ask you each to complete on yourself. Keep it brief, but look at where you are right now, and those are the things that you would enter in this section right here. For most of you, you are an undergraduate student. You have a certain GPA that might go on this line. You have a certain number of hours or years of paid work experience. Some may be related directly to nutrition, food, or dietetics, and some may be related to something else. But you have that level of work experience. You have a particular level of volunteer experience, and maybe you have something else unique. Maybe you speak a second language, or you've studied abroad, or you've had some other unique characteristic that might set you apart from the rest of the applicants. That's where you stand now. Then your desired situation is where we want you to fill in dietetic intern, the kind of program that you want to be in. From looking at that program, what are the characteristics of those students? GPA of typical students, cost of that program, the kinds of backgrounds. Hopefully you've talked to students and you understand the kinds of experience that that program director values. Then you compare where you want to be, you compare where you are, and then you make a determination, do I feel that I'm competitive now? Or perhaps are there some things that I need to list down here that would help me to be better in position 6 months or a year from now? So if GPA is the biggest difference, then perhaps there are some classes that you need to retake, and you could list those down here. If it's about work experience, if you've had a great job, but it has strictly been in a retail environment, and you realize in order to be competitive in the program that you're interested in as your first choice, you really need to either work in healthcare, or you need to work in WIC, or you need to work in food service management as a diet tech, or in some capacity as a diet tech, and or in WIC as a degreed nutritionist. So then you might put that down here. You might put in professional level employment as something that you feel that you need to do in order to get you from this point to this point. And that's what this is about, is thinking about where you are. On the other hand, if you have strong grades, you have strong work experience in every capacity, then it could be really the only thing you need to do down here is to write a strong letter and secure those references that you need, because everything else is in place. Work to align your goals and your interests with the program that you're applying to. Definitely look at those characteristics of the program. Look at what it costs, not just for tuition, but the cost of living in the area. Look at what that program values in terms of ranking and selection criteria. And then the last bullet says connect with alums of that program. And that's where, if it's someplace where Cal Poly has had a graduate, then I can help you with that connection. But LinkedIn and Facebook are great resources to connect with students that have completed a particular program simply by listing the name of the program and including dietetic internship as a search term. You'll be amazed at the people that will come up. If you get lucky and you see that Cal Poly is also on their list, it could be that they graduated from Cal Poly 10 or 15 years ago. It's still worth connecting. Just because I don't know them, they may have great insight about that particular program that you're interested in. Reach out to people using the social media. It's amazed what you can learn in that capacity. Time management. Don't wait. Really do a little bit every day. When you need a break from studying, get in, put a few things into your application. Now, I created this for our meeting back on October 6th when I first started this conversation. So things have changed a little bit. It's now not 132 days. Let me cross that out. Okay, I can't get this to hold still so I can draw on it. It's not 132, it's now 123 from today, October the 15th. So each day, another day ticks off. And for right now, you do indeed have plenty of time. But I would really start a countdown calendar from the time when you finish with your final exams in December until whatever date you set for yourself to get your application in. Try to give yourself a date that's sometime before February the 15th, because those early applications actually do get a very careful look, and many times students will get a call for an interview even before the February 15th deadline, because the program director has actually had a chance to take a more careful look at your application. So it's definitely worth working on this a little bit at a time every day. Your responsibilities are to apply and complete your application both in DICAS, which is here, and then also in D&D Digital to enter in the programs that you're applying to and put them in rank order, your first choice, your second choice, and your third choice. The DICAS application cannot be completed without a D&D Digital account number. Thankfully, that's a recent addition. There have been times in the past when students have completed this, put in all their program information, and forgotten to rank programs in D&D. Don't think it's happened at Cal Poly, but it's happened to other students. So now the two are linked somewhat in that you have to put in that D&D Digital account number before you can finalize your DICAS application. But it's definitely a two-phase process. The Academy of Nutrition website, eatright.org, has a lot of information. I think most of this we have linked from our SPA's website, from especially the external link portion. There are DICAS tutorial videos that are linked here. I believe the same videos are linked both in our PolyLearn site and also in our external links in SPA's. There's also some information here that's useful for your recommenders that talk about the responsibility of the references, and this is information that you can print out, or we also have a form that's in SPA's that it's helpful if you answer those questions and then give those answers to your references. I'm going to pause here and then pick this up for one last time in the next screencast.